Hey there, GandG Productions here. Just wanted to check in. We're on the road again, and just wanted to pop on and see how everybody's doing and how was your Sunday? How was your Sunday? We are really concentrating on helping, small to medium-sized churches that have volunteers that are running their sound system, and maybe those volunteers have not had any exposure or training of how to do sound, for their churches, and they might be feeling overwhelmed. They might be feeling frustrated. Pastors might be feeling frustrated because they get up to speak and their mic is squealing or it's sounding muffled. The congregation is feeling some kind of way because they can't hear the pastor well, and they can't hear the praise and worship singers well, or the music is too loud, and all of those things that happen with Sunday morning sound. And so we wanted to just pop on and see how you were doing. Those that do sound at their churches on Sunday morning and are feeling overwhelmed or frustrated, we want to be here to help you. And on this page, we're just really putting tips and tricks and things that might be very helpful to you, and giving some training. Also, I want to encourage you to click on the link and get the free guide that I've put together. It's the Sunday Sound Fix Guide. All right, and it will give you some tips on what to do, some basic kind of things of what you can do to make your sound better on Sunday morning. So just click the link below. It's a free guide, and we're offering that to everyone that does sound. You might have at the church, there might be the trustees, it might be the deacons, it might be a youth, it might be an usher, it might be a congregational person that says, hey, I'll volunteer. Or it could be a volunteer that the pastor says, okay, I need you to do this, and you have no clue of what to do, and all you see in front of you are buttons and lights going crazy. But we want to be able to help you. So in the comment section, we want you to be able to put your struggles, put the things that you are struggling with that we might be able to answer and give you some guidance on, as well as do a video that would be able to show you what to do. That's what we're hoping to do. So please let us know what your struggles are. What happened on Sunday? Did the mic squeal? Okay, you had feedback. Did the pastor say, I can't hear myself? Maybe there's monitors in the pulpit and the pastor's like, I can't hear. And so what we can do to help you to be able to improve on that. All right. Also, let us know, what you're feeling. We want to be able to address that. We want to be able to encourage you. If you are doing sound, you kind of got thrown into the sound booth, and you're feeling like, you're scratching your head like, oh my God. We want to be able to encourage you, to let you know you do matter. All right. You are now in a ministry that is so vital to the church. And so we want to be able to help you with that and encourage you every Sunday. Let me tell you, it's not going to be perfect. It's not. So just get ready for that. I don't care what level you're at, if you're at a beginning level, if you're at an intermediate level, even if you're at an advanced level, okay? Every service is not going to be perfect, because there's going to be things that come up that you didn't expect, and you've got to be able to make those adjustments. All right, you got to be able to make those adjustments, and we're hoping on this particular page that you can find insight, that you can find tips and tricks and things that you can do to improve your Sunday morning sound. Because listen, what we need to understand is that we aim to make sure that the gospel is being heard, and it's being heard clearly. It's being heard clearly. And so we want to help you to do that. So what kind of problems did you have this Sunday? This Sunday, we had an issue. I am preaching, all right, and I use a Shure wireless mic. And what kept happening was it kept like going in and it kept going out, in and out. And I couldn't figure out what was happening. I didn't know if I needed to change my position or whatever. So, honey, what really was the problem? Was it the speaker? I know I was positioned kind of close to the speaker, and I didn't know, if I was creating it by my positioning, and it was causing the speaker or something to go in and out. What was going on?
No, it was the problem with the microphone. The microphone didn't like that frequency, and I can't change it. So therefore, I have to change the microphone.
Okay, so you're saying then the wireless, because it's a digital wireless mic. Okay, you're saying that mic was interfering with what?
The router.
The router of the church?
Yep.
Okay, so that it was creating some kind of interference or something like that.
Yep.
Okay, so what we had to do then was you had to give me a different wireless.
Yes.
Okay, the frequency on that did not interfere with the router that was happening, the router we have at the church.
Right.
Okay, that was unexpected. Okay. That's unexpected. You have a mic and it's the kind of mic that you're using, and it's having a problem within the building. It's having a problem with some other stuff that you got going on. And so the solution was he had to hand me a different kind of wireless mic. And then I was able to continue with my message and whatnot. But the thing is, those things happen that are just totally unexpected. You're not expecting something like that to happen, okay? And what it does is it creates a distraction. Yes, it does. The pastor has to kind of regroup and whatnot. The congregation realizes that there is an issue, okay? And they're looking at the sound booth, or they're looking at the sound people like, take care of it. And first you have to evaluate what the problem is. And sometimes it doesn't happen 1, 2, 3, but that is a part of being a sound engineer. You want to evaluate the problem, and then you want to come up with, as quick as you can, a solution. And so even though we really didn't, figure out exactly what was happening at the time, okay, but the quick solution was give me a new mic. All right. And so if you are a church sound engineer and you're learning this process, you're learning what to do, you kind of got thrown into it without any knowledge or any training, we want to help you with this, okay? And so if you run into a problem like that where the mic is acting up or whatever, the quick solution, okay, is to change it. Maybe if the batteries die, then get another mic that you can switch those batteries real quick, and then pass it to your pastor or whoever it might be, presenting at that time. It might be a singer or something like, switch that mic out real quick, okay? And then you can kind of deal with what the issue might have been later. One was the batteries weren't changed at the beginning of the service, which you want to get into a practice of doing that when you have a wireless mic, all right? If there's another issue, do the quickest thing that you can to make sure that there's not too much of a distraction that's happening within the service. The pastor is not being all thrown off. The congregation is not in a tizzy. Fix the problem as quick as you can, the quickest solution, and then deal with it later to find out what happened so it hopefully doesn't happen again. All right? All right. So remember, GandG Productions, okay? And put your comments in the comment section, any issues you might be having at your church that you need help with. And we will comment back to you and give you some tips, give you some tricks, give you some ways to get around maybe what might be challenging you, okay? All right, we hope this is helpful. This is GandG Productions. Please don't forget to put your comments in the comment section, and also reach out and click the link that's in the description, and it's a free guide. It's a free guide. All right, I'm saying again, it's a free guide. All right, the Sunday Sound Fix guide that will be very helpful to you, and you just have to click on the link and it will come right to you. All right, God bless.